Welcome to another episode of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, for this Nintendo News Daily. We got a handful of headlines to check out. We're also going to be taking a look at some Call of Duty news and how it might impact the Switch. So we're going to be talking about that. That's going to be our main topic of the day. Jump into it. Remember, these streams are powered by Elgato, n64josh.com/Elgato. Use code N64Josh at checkout if you're looking for any new content creation gear. Some of my favorites are the prompter here and my pedal as well for grabbing clips. Again, n64josh.com/Elgato. Use code N64Josh at checkout. All right, well, let's jump into this. First thing we're going to be talking about is from mynintendonews.com, and is the technical comparison of Assassin's Creed Shadows with the other platforms. And I've got a video playing, just kind of showcasing the Switch 2 versus Series S, Series X, S5, and the article reads, Assassin's Creed Shadows finally launched on Switch 2. Or it is tomorrow. So naturally, you've been wondering how the game compares to other platforms. It is available on the Series X, PS5. Obviously, there are some compromises with the Switch 2 version, but it holds up pretty well considering the power differences between the platforms. And so, if you're thinking about picking up Assassin's Creed and you're wondering how it is, how it is looking, it's honestly holding up pretty well on Switch 2. I'm pretty impressed. It is going to be coming in at 30, but it looks like for the most part, the other two systems are also running at 30, and it seems pretty smooth. Resolution seems good, and overall looks like it's going to be a pretty solid port. So if you're thinking about playing Assassin's Creed Shadows handheld, well, I don't think it's going to be too bad. I'm looking at the current video right now. They're just showing the character running. It looks like the frames are dropping slightly on the Switch 2 down to about like 28 frames instead of 30. A few dips here and there, but for the most part, it stays pretty solid. So looks to be a relatively solid port of Assassin's Creed, which is super cool. This news was shocking. It's a bit shocking. Switch 2 exclusive, Drag and Drive scores its second major update. Here's what's included. This is coming at us from Nintendo Life here. So, Drag and Drive version 1.2.0, released on the 1st, added the chasing game survival tag to friend parks, local wireless parks, and land parks. Note: to play survival tag when in the parks listed above, the player who created the park opens the X menu and selects survival tag in the players tab. Cryptic said they are just trolling Mario Kart at this point. That's yeah, like a very early April Fool's joke. I love it. So, new mode added to Drag and Drive, and it's out. Yes, and I mean all the comments I'm seeing about this before Mario Kart sees anything. Yeah, it's that is the case. That is the case currently. This is not like, I know the game wasn't super well received, but when I sat down with Johnny and Cheesy and we played and Crawler and we played, it was a good time. Like it was fun. It's not necessarily something you're probably going to spend a ton of time with and continue to go back to. But there was a ton of laughs, and I believe Cheesy went through and did a lot of the challenges, and some of them were very, very challenging. So it's a game I honestly hope they move to NSO at some point, and I think it would just allow more people to play it, and maybe they offer some kind of almost like the ambassador thing that they did with the 3DS, just like throw in a bunch of in-game perks or cosmetics or something for early adopters. I don't know, but I think that'd be the way to go. Put it on NSO. make it like that tech demo for the Switch too, and you know, just let everybody play. Because at least Johnny can't say that it doesn't have content, right? Yeah, Joey says everyone gonna get Diddy Kong. Everyone's gonna get Diddy Kong before Mario Kart World. Yeah, Diddy Kong in Drag and Drive, right? No, 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 just messing around. But there is some Donkey Kong news just for you. As I saw this, as soon as I saw this morning, I was like, oh, Joe's gonna be excited about this. The Nintendo Today mobile app update adds a new Donkey Kong theme. So you can now have a Donkey Kong Bonanza theme on Nintendo Today. So the article from Nintendo says Nintendo's been releasing all sorts of software firmware updates recently and is now rolled out on the Nintendo Today mobile application. The app, which provides daily updates to the world of Nintendo, has been updated to version 2.2.0. Currently live on iOS and the App Store, revealing what's new. This includes new Donkey Kong themes, seemingly inspired by the recent release of Donkey Kong Bonanza. And so there's a screenshot of December 1st with Donkey and Pauline, and I love it. I love that they are they're sticking with this thing, and I think they're gonna like you can just tell they're gonna see it through, and they keep adding more and more to it. And honestly, I love having that app to check every morning just to see what's there. They oftentimes kind of dig into games like Xenoblade and Metroid, and I'm here for it. I'm all about it. So there you go. If you guys want to have a Donkey Kong theme on your Nintendo Today app, it is now available. Nintendo announces the 50th Maximus Cup event, Tetris 99. It's all about Kirby Air Riders. All about Kirby Air Riders. So Nintendo put out on X yesterday the Tetris 99 50th Maximus Cup event will run from December 4th at 11 p.m. Pacific to December 8th. Once you've accumulated a total of 100 event points, the new theme will unlock featuring art, music, and caminos designed inspired by Kirby Air Riders. So I just doing this. I usually forget to follow the game up and try to unlock the board, but who knows? Maybe I'll actually remember this time. I had a weird cloud issue where I lost a bunch of boards on Tetris 99, so it kind of like it kind of killed my motivation to pick it up and play it. But love seeing that Kirby Air Riders is getting some love from Tetris 99, and the fact that Tetris 99 is still going, it has lasted the test of time, which has been great. And I've been randomly seeing people stream this game periodically. It is a fun community game. If I think you can do custom games up to yeah. We've done some in the past, and you've been so love seeing that Tetris 99 still going strong, and the 50th Maximus as well. You guys remember all the drama around Bayonetta 3 and the Jennifer Hale? She was thrown under the bus amid Bayonetta 3 casting controversy. Okay, so let's dive into the article here from Nintendo. Jennifer Hale, one of the most iconic voice actors, best known for playing Commander Shepard in Mass Effect trilogy, and Naomi Hunter and Emma Emmerich in the Metal Gear Solid series, has spoken about her experience playing Bayonetta and Bayonetta 3. Hale took over the role from Helena Taylor, the third entry in the series, told Human Bible via IGN. She got thrown under the bus. I was unable to speak on my behalf because I was not under one, but two NDAs. Eventually, I was allowed to make statements, which I appreciated, but and I was able to present the facts. Hale, Hale continues following Platinum Games' announcement of the new voice actor. Taylor urged fans to boycott the game due to a pay dispute. She claimed the studio offered her only $4,000 to do the whole game flat rate. Fans rallied around Taylor initially before reports emerged that Taylor had been offered that rate between 4 to 5 sessions. Cryptic, how's the audio now? Anybody else having any audio issues, let me know in the chat if there's, I made a quick adjustment on the fly, so I think we should be good, but yeah, let me know. I'm checking here to see if I have any. I don't believe I have anything else running in the background, so I think we're good. Let me know. Is it's more muffled? Hopefully it's cleared up now. The gameplay had a little bit of audio, so I muted that. So, let me know if it has improved, you guys, and I do apologize. The joys of doing it live. So, uh, anyway, continuing on here, Hale says that there were some things said that were presented as facts but were false. I would have never taken the role otherwise. Before I accepted the audition, I checked everything thoroughly and I trust the director. Thankfully, playing Bayonetta was so much fun and the community was so welcoming to me, especially after the fiasco had passed and the facts came out. Following Hale's initial statement, Platinum Games came out in support of the actor, stating, "We give full support to Jennifer Hale as the new Bayonetta and align with everything in her statement." Fortunately, the controversy died down following those additional reports and Platinum's own involvement, and the experience hasn't put Hale off of the idea of returning to the role. It was not fun getting thrown under the bus like that, but I was happy to come out on the other side. While the drama has largely subsided, earlier this year, series creator Hideki Kiyama shared his thoughts on the ordeal and said, "Man, that was seriously lame." So, so there you go. Like, this kinda drama stuff, I get no like, I'm not a fan whatsoever, and all of it seemed it was such a, like, kind of a weird ride where, like, you know, Helena Taylor came out, made those statements, then, like, kinda went back on them. I don't even fully remember everything at this point, but it was like everybody was on her side, then everybody was like, "Oh, here's the actual facts." Things kinda changed, and, um and then having, Taylor urging people to boycott the game, like, I don't know. It just seems like what a great way to make sure you don't, you don't get any more gigs in gaming, right? Is kind of it was kind of my final takeaway from it. So, glad to see that, Jennifer's able to, put out these statements, get the backing by Platinum, and can potentially continue playing Bayonetta as, pending there's something new out there, and hopefully there is. I assume depending on how much, how many lines. I know she has some lines in Smash. If there is a new Smash being worked on, or even just the Switch 2 version of Smash Ultimate, maybe she'll have to record a few lines there as well. So, we'll have to just wait and see, but, glad to see that's, for the most part, cleared up. Nintendo Life has an article here saying, "Here's another look at Ring running on Switch 2," and it says, "We might have to wait a little longer than expected until we can see Elden Ring Tarnished Edition in its full glory on Switch 2, but the title is popping up at Game Expo's World, giving us plenty of opportunities to see it in action." The latest slice of hands-on time came from Milan Games Week 2025, where Corey DeFlame captured the over-the-shoulder footage found above. Thanks to Nintendo's. That's kinda cool. It's the same opening section that we've played on the Switch 2 a couple of times now, and off-screen recording is never the best way to get an idea of things, from a performance perspective, but things seem less tarnished than we were expecting. The article continues, says, "Okay, it's no PS5 build, but as far as talk of the Switch 2 version goes, it's pretty darn fine. Our initial impressions of the game in handheld were rather rough, and while things certainly seem to be a step in the right direction, when getting our first look at the game in dock, the latest footage suggests that things are getting better still." And the time I had with the game at PAX, it was docked, and I was like this is I was kind of surprised that we were that it got delayed. Now, maybe I didn't hit some of the areas that would have caused big slowdown. There was one big boss. I ended up, like, getting killed right away from that thing, and then just kinda moving towards, uh, trying to avoid that and hitting up, like, smaller enemies and whatnot. And so maybe that is why I wasn't running into, like, choppiness or anything like that. But it was like I had a good time with it. I had a good time with it. So it's good to see that it's looking better and better as time goes on, and hopefully we're gonna see it sooner than later. Because right now it only has a 2026 release window, and no firm date as of right now. So hopefully we will know soon. Pokemon Legends ZA's next mystery gift code event is live right now. So this is, again, from Nintendo Life. Says the event is live in game right now. All you need to do is head over to the mystery gift menu and select receive via internet to get involved. Right off the bat, you'll be rewarded with a special Mewtwo Night X and Y Megastones, and you'll also unlock the new Project M side mission, which sets you on the path for, you guessed it, Mewtwo. Um, you have to have rolled credits to access the gift, but no end date has been revealed for the event at the time of writing. So you got plenty of time to get there if you're still exploring Luminos at your leisure. So th- this this kind of got me a bit stoked, honestly. Like I I don't know why, but I've always loved Mewtwo, and and so seeing him get added to the game, seeing another side mission get put into the game, I think it's all good news. This is available to everybody, even if you, like, haven't purchased the DLC. It's open to everyone. So you're not gonna miss out if you're not planning on getting the DLC, and, and you can go get your free mystery gift right now. Now I want to, grab a couple of chats before we get into the main topic, which is gonna be Call of Duty over on the Switch. And Cryptic asked, "Did you play the Bayonetta Origins game?" I didn't. I picked it up physically, but I didn't open it. So I see Steak is here. What's going on? Welcome on in. And Joey says, "I bet Mario Kart doesn't get DLC till Switch 3 Mario Kart World Deluxe." Here we go. Here we go. We can't be putting that kind of stuff into the universe. We can't. We can't do it. Nope. Not gonna I'm not here for it. Not not doing it. Well, let's get into our main topic, which is, Call of Duty. Some studios are looking for people that have Switch experience. So let's talk about it. Sledgehammer Games, which is one of the renowned developers for the juggernaut that is the Call of Duty franchise, has revealed via job listings that it is currently recruiting developers who have experience developing and producing games on the Nintendo Switch. When Microsoft acquired Activision, it pledged that it would bring the Call of Duty games to the Switch. And so it seems as though they are holding true to their promise. It could take a while, but it seems the franchise will eventually come to Nintendo Switch 2. And I I would say the consensus from the community is that everybody kind of assumed that Call of Duty would be out this holiday on Switch. And I feel like I feel like what Microsoft has done is decided to, pull the brake and just wait until Switch 2 has a larger install base until they really jump in with both feet. We know Indiana Jones is coming out. There's a handful of other titles. We do have, like, Tony Hawk, right, is available on Switch and Switch 2. And so it I do think a lot of people expected to see it, sooner than later. Would it have been a fantastic holiday edition getting, Madden and now Assassin's Creed and Tony Hawk and just a number of third-party games along with all the first-party stuff, like, it would've been, it would've been insane, honestly. I'm I'm more than ready for Call of Duty to hit Switch, and I I have it on Game Pass. I haven't played 7 yet, but I put the last couple of years, I've spent a fair amount of time with Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty for me goes all the way back to the Xbox 360, and the first time we saw the smoke in HD was absolutely insane. Like, the smoke bombs in Call of Duty 2, it was wild, and that was such a fun game from not only the single player experience, but also the multiplayer. 3 was a little bit rough, and then you got into 4, which was Modern Warfare, and it was like that was the I remember the beta for that, I just absolutely loved, and I spent a fair amount of time with. But then it was a weird time in my life where I was, like, moving and, wasn't didn't have access to, uh, high-speed internet for the first 9 months that, that game had released, so it was a lot of single player gaming for me at that time, and, I do remember playing all the way through the campaign and, remind me, chat, but wild, um isn't there a pretty wild sniper shot in that one? So, I see Miles of Amanda is here. Oh, we got a carpool raid. Carpool gaming, what is going on? Welcome on in, everybody. So glad to see you. Seeing some follows as well. Really do appreciate it, guys. We're doing our normal show, Nintendo News Daily, and talking about our main topic right now, which is their Sledgehammer is looking for Switch 2 developers for the Call of Duty series. So Carpool Gaming says, "Look at this handsome, charming, amazing man. Oh my goodness, you guys are the best." Seriously, thank you so much, everybody that came on over. And if you're listening to the audio version, go check out all of Carpool Gaming's stuff as well. They've got all kinds of podcasts um, and just great content going out. So go and check that out. But yeah, welcome everybody. I'm it's it really makes it doesn't make a lot of sense. I have a PC, have an Xbox. Why would I be excited for Call of Duty on Switch? It's the same reason I'm excited for Madden on Switch. Like, it's just my preferred way to game. Is it the bleeding edge graphics? No, it's not. But I like a lot of these games. I like to be able to play handheld. Madden especially, fantastic handheld. Will I play Call of Duty handheld? Not at all. Not at all. But if there's a chance it doesn't have crossplay, I wanna be able to play Call of Duty with my community, you know? That's really, that's that's really what it's about, and so that's why I wanna see it over on Switch. I'm also a big fan of the series, and I'm very curious on how it will run on Switch. How are they gonna be able to pull it off? And, you know, how much storage is it gonna take? That's really what I'm wondering. I've said before, I would be completely happy with the Call of Duty 4 remake over on the Switch, if that's all we got for the time being, or even a variation of the 360 title. If it runs really smooth, like, do a classic Call of Duty collection to get to get things started on Switch. Games that aren't gonna take a ton of horsepower, won't take up as much hard drive space, and and get the Nintendo community um, back into the Call of Duty games. So, let's see. Lee says, "I really don't care about the graphics as long as it plays good." Yeah, the only thing is when it comes to, like, shooters like this, if you think about, like, Apex on the Switch and your draw distance or even Fortnite, the draw distance ends up being so short, and if it's crossplay, you're at a bit of a disadvantage because you can't see people that can see you. So that's one aspect of the graphics being important. I'm with you as far as, like, they don't have to be the most bleeding edge in order for the game to be good, just as long as we're not at a disadvantage. Steak says a Modern Warfare 2 remake. Yes. Yeah, so good. So good. Rizzle says, "I play Apex handheld. I might kinda suck, but I still have fun." Hey, if you're having fun, that's literally the most important thing. That is the most important thing. Now, when Apex on Switch 2, different story. Fortnite on Switch 2, different story. So, Steak says the FPS has to be the same as the other consoles. That's also important. And I think that's why we don't have crossplay on Madden. It doesn't run at 60 on Switch. And so that's I think it's a factor. I think. So Joey says Splatoon Call of Duty crossover. Here we go. Here we go. That would be crazy. But I'm looking forward to the day that Call of Duty hits the Switch. I'm again just very curious on how things are gonna run and what it's gonna look like. And another factor is I can't wait to play Call of Duty with the Switch 2 Pro controller. Like, the thing is just so smooth, it's become my favorite controller. I love it. I love it. So, really looking forward to the day that we finally get that announcement. I don't know about you guys, I'm thinking we're 2 years. I think we're 2 years out before we get Call of Duty on Switch, minimum. I'm thinking 2 years minimum. So, Steak says, "Samus as a skin in COD, let's go." I would love it. Joey says, "Well, wouldn't you have mouse controls on Switch too?" Yes. Would I use them? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would still use my controller because it's just the way I prefer to play. And, you know, probably, probably not the best move, but, it's it's just my preferred method of playing shooters, that's for sure. I've been practicing a little bit with the mouse and keyboard, but, uh, yeah, not a huge fan. Just not a huge fan of it. I know you can be more accurate, that's for sure. So, who knows? Maybe that'll change in time, but, like, Metroid Prime 4, that's all controller for me. All controller for me. So, that's gonna do it for this morning, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Remember, we're live every morning, 9:30, and, also in the evenings, Monday through Wednesday at 9 PM Eastern. I appreciate all of you, and remember, play it loud.